know the words. Just do like we're doing. We're faking it, so.
Oh, they're up there now.
Okay, we're the Creekbank boys. We come from Bend, Oregon. On my right, we have Darin Darlington on the Dobro. On the left, we have Nate Darlington on the Banjo. And I'm Jeff, the Sagebrush Troubadour, and I'm playing the mandolin, and I'll be playing the ukulele. So I thought since we're talking about the lake and about wildlife, I thought we'd start off with one of my favorite songs called Froggy Went A-Courtin'. Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right Froggy went a-courtin' and he did ride a sword and dissed by his side. You guys can join in anytime. Froggy went a-courtin' and he did ride Froggy went a-courtin' and he did ride a sword and dissed by his side. He rode up to Miss Mousie's door. He rode up to Miss Mousie's door where he had often been before. He said, Miss Mouse, are you within? He said, Miss Mouse, are you within? Just lift the latch and do come in. He took Miss Mousie on his knee. He took Miss Mousie on his knee and said, Miss Mouse, will you marry me? Without my Uncle Rat's consent. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, I would not marry the president. Now Uncle Rat laughed and shook his sides. Now Uncle Rat laughed and shook his sides to think his niece would be a bride. Then Uncle Rat, he went to town. Then Uncle Rat, he went to town to buy his niece a wedding gown. Where will the wedding supper be? Where will the wedding supper be? Down by the lake near a hollow tree. What will the wedding supper be? What will the wedding supper be? A fried mosquito and a piece of cheese. First to come was a bumblebee. First to come was a bumblebee. He danced a jig with Miss Mousie. Next to arrive was Mr. Drake. Next to arrive was Mr. Drake. He ate up all the wedding cake. They all went sailing on the lake. They all went sailing on the lake, and they all were swallowed by a water snake. That's the end of 1, 2, 3. That's the end of 1, 2, 3. The rat, the frog, and Miss Mousie. Okay, last week was the 4th of July, and I found out last week was they had just, after they built these thing here, amphitheater, that they had just put up a brand new flag. And last week we sang the Star Spangled Banner, and I'd like to begin with the show this evening with everybody singing the Star Spangled Banner. So if you go ahead and stand up, and we've got the flag right over there. Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you very much. The style of music we're kind of playing tonight is called Bluegrass, and we're beginners at this, so this is kind of entry-level stuff for us. The nice thing about Bluegrass is that Bluegrass is folk music, and families would just get together and they would sing. Unlike if you've ever studied music, you can read music, and a lot of different types of music is written out, and you learn by reading it and playing it. Bluegrass, even the professional bluegrass players, most of them can't read music. And the thing about bluegrass music, it's usually handed down by oral tradition. And that's why there'd be some variations of the verses and stuff. So some of the verses we've got written down here is just a collection. And so if you've heard a different way, that's okay. It's just kind of handed down down and on. This next song is kind of one of the first ones they teach people to play. It's called Bile and Cabbage is Down. And my wife is from the South, and she knew this song, and going, you guys got some strange songs out there. It don't make sense to us, but they said, no, it's what we sing. So, Bile and Cabbage Down, and we're going to let Nate start off for us. Bow them cabbage down, boys, make them hoe cakes brown. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Boil them cabbage down, boys, make them hoe cakes brown. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Possum in the cemetery, raccoon on the ground. brown. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Boil them cabbage down, boys, make them hoe cakes brown. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Bob White in the meadow, buckwheat turning brown. Brother Possum fat and fine, boil them cabbage down. Boil them cabbage down, boys, make them oat cakes brown. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Boil them cabbage down, boys, make them whole cakes brown. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Take it, Nate. Pork roast in the oven, taters turning brown. Buttermilk and cornbread too, boil them cabbage down. Boil them cabbage down, boys, make them whole cakes brown. The only song that I can sing is make them whole cakes brown. Okay, one more time so Jeff can get the words right. Boil them cabbage down, boys, make them whole cakes brown. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. All right. Big hit for Nate.
Solo by Nate Darlington there. He is single, ladies. He's 15.
15. When I was, we were actually born on the same day, just about a lot difference in age there.
In years.
In years. Yeah. And the difference between when I was 15 and he's 15, he's the mysterious quiet type. I was just the weird mouthy type. So.
You were just mysterious.
Yeah, mysterious.
He's still a mystery.
Somehow that shtick of being weird and mouthy didn't kind of get the girls as easily as the mysterious quiet type. Okay, this is a fun one. Shortening bread. You ever heard this one? If you watched enough Bugs Bunny cartoons. Oh, good. I'm out of the light now.
Sorry, it's words or lights.
No, it's fine.
Mosquito.
I'm just gonna get real chummy. 3 little children lying in bed. 2 were sick and the other most dead. Sent for the doctor said, feed those children shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Put on the skillet, put on the lid. Mama's gonna bake a little shortening bread. That ain't all she's gonna do. Mama's gonna make a little coffee too. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. When little child sick in bed, when he hear tell of shortening bread, popped up, well, he dance and sing. He almost cut the pigeon wing. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening. shortening bread. Snuck in the kitchen, lifted the lid, filled my pockets full of shortening bread. Stole the skillet, stole the lid, stole the gal for making shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. They caught me with the skillet, they caught me with the lid, they caught me with the gal making shortening bread. Paid for the skillet, paid for the lid, spent 6 months until eating shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. All right, who can tell me about Smokey Bear? Go ahead. What's your name? Malia, tell us about Smokey Bear.
He's in the forest that got on fire, and he's the only bear that survived.
The only bear. What? Do you know what forest that was? New Mexico. Well, actually, that's true. But Smokey Bear started actually earlier than that. They had a cartoon figure of Smokey Bear. And that was in around 1942 when we were at war with World War II. And during that time of World War II, one of the things that would happen is the Japanese would come off the coast of Oregon and California and shoot into the forests, causing forest fires. So there was a campaign against forest fires. And they were trying to figure out what could they use as an icon or something to represent about fighting forest fires. The first one, do you know who the first cartoon character used against forest fires was? Bambi. Walt Disney Bambi. The first year. Then the second year they came up with a bear, and he was actually named after a firefighter, chief firefighter named Smokey. And his name is not Smokey the Bear, it's actually Smokey Bear. The song Smokey the Bear, they used the word the when the writers did because they felt like it could add into the rhythm of the song. I'm trying it without it so we can stay consistent with Smokey Bear. Now the bear that you're talking about actually was a bear. His name was Teddy Hotfoot. And they found him that's the story I heard. That I didn't realize it until I looked up, understood about Smokey Bear. But they found this little bear after this campaign, and then that just helped progress the campaign. So they named him Smokey Bear and used him as, not only did we have a cartoon of Smokey Bear, but now we have an actual bear that went through that forest. They help us to remind us why we need to be careful when we're enjoying the forest. And not only just forest fires, but wildfires as well. Taking care of what our natural resources. So this song, Smokey Bear, is still a new song. I'm still learning it, so just sing out loud so you can cover my mistakes. Can you hear that, Trace? Mm-hmm. Okay. With a ranger's hat and shovel and a pair of dungarees, you will find him in the forest, zipping up at the breeze. People stop and pay attention when they tells them to beware, 'cause everybody knows that he's the fire-preventing bear. Smokey Bear, Smokey Bear, growling and a sniff in the air. Can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smokey. That was how he got his name. You can take a tip from Smokey. There's nothing like a tree, 'cause they're good for kids to climb in and they're beautiful to see. You just have to look around you and you find it is not a joke. to see if you've been missing, if they'd all went up in smoke. Smokey Bear, prowling and a growling and a sniff in the air. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smokey, that was how he got his name. You can camp upon his doorstep and he'll make you feel at home. You can run and hunt and ramble anywhere you care to roam. He will let you take his honey and pretend he's not so smart. But don't you harm his trees, for he's a ranger and he's smart. Smokey Bear, oh Smokey Bear, growling and a growling and a sniff in the air. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smokey, that was how he got his name. If you ever seen a fire, when a fire's running wild, and you know you have the things within it, it's a mother loves her child, then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do. Smokey Bear, oh Smokey Bear, prowling and a growling and a sniff in the air. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smokey, that was how he got his name. Okay.
Wow, everybody, that is so much better than the first time you played.
Erin was going, okay. Moving on. Yep, I'm gonna let Darrin introduce this next song, "Rolling in My Sweet Baby's Arms."
So this is, oh, I walked up to my mic here. Everybody can hear me anyway. This is a song, I always kind of know it as the national anthem of bluegrass. Everybody knows it, everybody plays it, and it's just fun, it's kind of fast, and just a lot of fun to sing. In every bluegrass song, you need a few things, and this one's got them all. There's jail, a train, what else is there? Spurned love, I don't know, parents,
Mama, Papa,
in-laws,
sister.
yeah, that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're gonna kick this one off. Where are the breaks on this? I take a break after the second verse,
You do the first, second,
and then break.
break.
So
You
I'll sing the third, and then you take a break after the third.
I sing. You take a break after the third or before the third? Who's on first?
Jeff's singing the fourth and fifth verses. Okay. I take a break after the second. Okay.
Then you take a break after the third, and then I sing after your break.
All right. And we'll still mess it up. So. All right. Here we go. I'm just going to vamp a little on G, guys, okay? Then we go. Ain't gonna work on railroad. Ain't gonna work on farm. Gonna lay around the shack till my train gets back and I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till my train gets back and I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. Where were you last Friday night while I was lying in jail? Walking the streets with another man, wouldn't even go my bail. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till my train gets back and I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. I know your parents don't like me, run me away from your home. I had my life to live over again, I wouldn't nobody no more. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Rolling my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till my train gets back and I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms.
Sister can weave and spin. Papa's got an interest in the old cotton mill. By how my money rolls in, roll in my sweet baby's arms, roll in my sweet baby's arms. Comes back and I'm rolling my sweet baby's arms. Something, there's a change in the weather, sometimes a change in the sea, sometimes a change in my own true love, but there's never gonna be a change in me. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, roll in my sweet baby's arms. Way round the shack till the mail train comes back and we'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Way round the shack till the mail train comes back and we'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Next song is about my sweetheart Cindy.
Who's Cindy?
Who's Cindy?
That's Tracy. I don't know who Cindy is.
She was before you, Carol, Beth, Joanne, Clementine's little sister. It goes with that last verse. Oh, I missed her, Clementine, till I kissed her little sister. And I forgot Clementine. You had to be in here last week to sing that song. Okay. Try it again. It's a demon finger.
You got a little light there, Jeff. You can see your fretboard.
Yeah.
I can make it brighter for you.
No. You ought to see my Cindy, she lives way down south. She is so sweet, the honeybees swarm around her mouth. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. The first time I seen Cindy, she's standing in the door, her shoes and stockings in her hand, her feet all over the floor. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. She took me to her parlor, she cooled me with her fan. She said I was the prettiest thing in the shape of mortal man. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. And if I had a needle, a thread fine as I could sew, I'd sew that girl to my coattails and down the road I'd go. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday.
Do you guys want the lights on?
Huh?
Do you guys want the lights on?
No, then we could see the words.
I'm still seeing okay.
No, we're seeing fine, actually. I made sure it was in large print.
Ask a question if anybody knows what it's like.
Hey, does anybody know what a salty dog is?
No.
Okay, well this song next is
We don't
about
know either.
a guy who wants to be a girl's salty dog. And he's blue about it. It's a fun song. It was Nate's choice.
You want Nate to play through the chords once?
Yep, let Nate go through the chords. It's actually, you probably have heard this song before. Let me be your salty dog and I won't be your, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Go ahead, Nate. Standing on the corner with the low down blues, a great big hole in the bottom of my shoes. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Okay, everybody. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Look at here, Sal, I know you. Run down the stockings and worn out shoe. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Down in the wildwood, sitting on a log, finger on the trigger and eye on the hall. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Pulled the trigger and the gun set go. The shot fell over in Mexico. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog.
That's the end of the word.
I never realized this, but that last verse describes how I hunt.
Okay, just so everybody can see the pictures, because this is just not cooperating. You know, when the pioneers traveled this way, they met all kinds of hardships. They had wagons, they traveled for hundreds and hundreds of miles, they had to fight off Indians, and they'd sit around the campfire and they'd make up words to songs, they'd sing songs that went to bar songs, and technology wasn't part of it and probably is not adding anything for us tonight.
Everybody probably knows this one.
There you go. I know, as soon as it's dark and I can't see any of the other people, I'm going to just close it up on Dad. Since he's kind of... Your hand in front.
That was my solo on that one.
Okay.
So this is going to be our last song, and it's kind of like a patriotic hymn. When you go, you got something else after this?
No.
Okay.
Come on. It worked really well on the printed version.
And then after this, they can go check out the stars and.
Absolutely.
And what
down
else
in
is?
Davis.
Was there something else between the stars? And did you say there was?
Not really, no.
Okay.
This is as good as it gets.
Or if you want to stick around and we can sing the songs all over again. This time we should know the words.
Coyote story. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right, guys.
You're starting out.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. God bless.
Alright, so around that campfire, when they would have sung songs, they also would have told stories. Probably a lot of what the good days used to be like back in Missouri or back in